A dog sits perfectly still. A stranger walks into the room, wearing a mask. The stranger has been told to feel afraid, to think frightening thoughts. The dog moves, not toward the safe experimenter, toward the scared stranger. No word was spoken, no gesture was made. The dog simply knew.
You've lived with a dog, or you've known one. You thought you understood it, but science has spent 2 decades dismantling that comfortable assumption. Before this video ends, you will see exactly what your dog perceives when it looks at your face, and the answer involves a hormone, 15,000 years of co-evolution, and a feedback loop confirmed by science only in 2015.
At least 15,000 years ago, maybe 40,000, something happened. A wolf, not the boldest, not the fiercest, began to tolerate humans near its food. That single trait, tolerance, turned out to be the most consequential trait in mammalian history. The wolves that stayed near humans ate more, survived longer, had more offspring. Over generations, thousands of them, tolerance became something else entirely. It became attunement, a living instrument, finely calibrated to read the most complex creature on Earth. For most of the 20th century, scientists refused to study animal minds at all. Behaviorism said, study only what you can see. Feelings, perception, inner experience, forbidden territory. Dogs were the first animals to break that wall down. Their behavior demanded explanation. When they looked, genuinely looked, what was actually going on inside that skull? In the early 2000s, researcher Brian Hare gave dogs and chimpanzees the same test: find the hidden food. A human pointed to one of 2 cups. The chimps, our closest relatives, failed consistently. The dogs, almost every single one, walked straight to the correct cup. This was not training. Wolf pups tested the same way could not do it. Only dogs raised around humans succeeded. Dogs had evolved a dedicated cognitive channel tuned specifically to human communicative intent. They read our faces, they follow our eyes, they track where we are looking, and they do so with a bias toward the left side of a human face, exactly where emotion registers most strongly. 300 million olfactory receptors against our 6 million. That is not simply a better nose, it is a completely different relationship with reality. When a dog enters a room, it does not see the room as you do. It reads a chemical record: who was here, how long ago, what they ate, how they felt. And here is where it becomes extraordinary. Dogs can smell fear, not metaphorically, chemically. A study found that dogs exposed to human sweat collected during a fearful experience showed measurable stress responses. Their own heart rates rose in synchrony. Your emotional state is not hidden from your dog, it is a broadcast, and your dog is always listening. But reading emotion is only half the story. Dogs do not just detect, they respond, they match. When you are calm, your dog's body slows. When you are anxious, their cortisol climbs. This is not learned behavior, it is built-in biological synchrony. Dr. Alexandra Horowitz describes it this way: your dog is not reacting to you, it is modeling you, building a running prediction of your internal state. It is, in the truest sense, paying attention to you, more carefully than almost anyone else will today.
In 2015, a team of Japanese researchers published something extraordinary in the journal Science. They measured oxytocin levels, the bonding hormone, in both dogs and their owners during and after extended mutual gaze. the same hormone released between a mother and her newborn child. Both species spiked, dog and human, simultaneously, a closed biochemical loop. But here is the part that should stop you entirely. This loop does not exist between wolves and humans, only dogs. Evolution built it specifically into this one species. When your dog holds your gaze, it is not simply looking at you. It is participating in a 15,000-year-old biological handshake, one that your nervous system was built to receive. This is what your dog perceives when it looks at your face. Not a master, not a stranger, a partner. Chemically, evolutionarily, irreversibly bonded across millennia. What looks like love, the thing you have always felt looking back at you from those eyes, turns out to be exactly that, just older and stranger and more scientifically precise than you imagined.
We spent 15,000 years making dogs better at reading humans. Selection pressure, generation by generation, tuning that instrument finer. But domestication is not a one-way process. You do not reshape a species without that species reshaping you. The question no one is asking: what did 15,000 years of living with an animal that watches you that closely do to the human brain? That question has an answer, and it is not the one you expect.